Hi everyone, for today's featured ship we're going to look at the 1949 Leicestershire. This ship entered service with its near identical sister ship, the Warwickshire, in 1949 and entered service with the Bibi line to operate between the UK and Burma, which is now Myanmar. While mainly cargo carrying ships, they did have a small part dedicated to carrying passengers, with about 43 being their max capacity. Unfortunately, through a variety of reasons, both political and economic, they weren't as profitable or as productive, and they would ultimately be chartered out to the British India Line for their own services. In 1964, both ships were sold to a rapidly growing Greek shipping company known as Typaldos Lines. This company took both ships, gutted their cargo holds, turned them into large garages, filled in the well decks for additional accommodation, and converted both ships into car ferries, with the Leicestershire becoming the Heraklion, named after the great Cretan city, with its sister ship being named the Hania. And naturally, with both ships being named after Greek cities, they were put on the run between the Greek mainland and Crete, with Heraklion servicing its namesake city, which in Greek is Heraklion. As a car ferry, the Heraklion was a substantial ship, and its vital statistics were as follows. The ship weighed 8,922 gross tons, was 498 feet long, which translates to a length of 152 meters, a beam of 60 feet, which is roughly 18 meters, and the ship could chug along at a rather decent speed of 17 knots. The ship operated uneventfully for almost 2 years. And then, on the night of 7th December 1966, the ship departed Suda Bay at 8 p.m. after being delayed for about 2 hours. It is believed because they were trying to load a refrigerator truck, and this truck would ultimately be nudged aside against one of the ship's side doors. The ship finally got underway, and it was not an easy voyage. The Mediterranean can get rough, and on this night, the Heraklion was steaming into a force 9 gale. Over the next 4 to 6 hours, the ship was constantly battered by high waves, and through the rocking, rolling, pitching, one of the fastenings on one of the trucks, again it is believed to be that last refrigerator truck, broke loose, causing the truck to smash against the hull of the ship. And this constant banging forced one of the side doors open, which allowed water to flow into the ship. And this destabilized the Heraklion. With water constantly coming in, the ship became unmaneuverable and would roll over and sink. A variety of factors led to the chaos, to the messed up evacuation, and to the loss of many lives. The official death toll is 217, but there are chances are it could have been higher, as some people may have boarded without an official ticket. 46 people survived, and the magnitude of this disaster reverberated like an earthquake throughout the Greek government, its merchant marine, and its society. An extensive inquiry found that basic conventions, such as conducting safety drills, were not held on the Heraklion. And when the Typaldos fleet was investigated, of its 15 ships, 12 did not meet basic safety standards. The company was immediately shut down. Its owner and 6 other people involved in the Heraklion disaster were given prison sentences. Most of the ships of the Typaldos line, including the Heraklion sister ship, were ultimately sent for scrap. Some, not for decades afterwards. One ship, due to its dilapidated nature, would ultimately be used as a set for the movie Race the Titanic. It was a sad end to a ship that could have had a much longer and productive life. The 60s were a fascinating time for shipping, as a lot of older ships were being rebuilt and reconverted and used in imaginative ways, and some of the reconstructions were both drastic and aesthetically pleasing. And a great book to look at the Mediterranean during this time is Lawrence Dunn's Mediterranean Shipping, with a series of stunning photos looking at many Mediterranean fleets, not just the common ones of France, Italy, but some of the other ones such as Greece. And Heraklion is featured here as well as some of its other fleetmates of the Typaldos line. So if you are interested in learning more about Mediterranean shipping, particularly during the exotic and interesting 1960s, please check out this book. And if there are any other ship disasters you want to learn more about or feel have been overlooked, please let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts.